In today's video, we are jumping back into the Fisk superhero mod to check out some new and updated Iron Man suits. From the old school suits all the way to being able to summon the Iron Legion. And yeah, this hero pack does not mess around. So let's just jump straight into it. And we are back with some brand new Iron Man suits. But before we check out any of the new high-tech suits, we're going to start right at the beginning. So right here, we have the original Mark 1 suit. Look how different it is compared to this one in comparison to these other ones. Like this one, you can tell straight away that this one is literally made in a cave. You got like all the random like armor plating on the legs right there. And yeah, you can't go wrong with the Mark 1. So let me throw this on. And the first difference you'll probably notice when we're wearing this suit is the fact that when we walk, yeah, we do not sound like the other Iron Man suits at all. Like, this just sounds extremely heavy and really, really clunky, which is just absolutely perfect for this suit. So just like pretty much every other Iron Man suit in this hero pack, we can actually open the mask right there. This one does have a bit more of a unique animation, considering it's the very first one. So yeah, it's a lot more sort of rugged, a lot more like a welder's mask. And since this isn't exactly the most high-tech Iron Man suit that we have today, let me show you some of the abilities that this suit does have. And trust me, it absolutely owns them. Yeah, walking around as this guy is very, very loud. You are not going to be stealthy with this at all. So starting off with, we have the flamethrower right there. Absolutely classic when it comes to the Mark 1. There you go right there. When we use that, you will see that we do have a little bit of a cooldown on that, so it's not infinite. And that's pretty much the whole deal when it comes to this suit. You know, you're not going to have like unlimited resources or unlimited ammo. Like, you need to make it count. And when you are fully out of it, it will actually say on the top left with the ability list that it is completely empty and that we need to reload it, which is where we can press capital. And this suit actually runs on gunpowder and coal. So you're going to need a lot of these materials if you want to stay in the fight a little bit longer. And once we have those in our hotbar, we can just press capital again, hover over it, select the one that you selected, just like that, the coal as well. And there you go. That's when we can actually go ahead and reload some stuff. So definitely make sure you have both of those things ready at all times. We also have the infamous Mark 1 arm rocket, which if we hold that down, there you go. Look at that animation right there. The flap goes up, and then all we need to do is just go ahead and right click. And so far, I don't think it actually seems to shoot anything. I think it's a bit of a malfunction on the suit. I mean, realistically, it is the Mark 1 suit, so it's not going to be all smooth sailing, but hopefully at some point soon I can actually get that to work. And when it actually comes to like moving or flying with this suit, we just have to hold down space. And there you go right there. And that, again, at the bottom, as you can see, does have a little bit of a cooldown. So if I go ahead and just fly forward right here, you can see that eventually this is going to run out and you're just going to be left completely free falling. So you do have to be a little bit careful. But yeah, overall, it's pretty decent flight. Like, you just can't exactly go too far. You know, you are going to run out eventually. So, you know, you just got to absolutely love the Mark 1 suit for its simplicity. Like, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, you know, apart from the missile malfunction, like, this is a pretty cool suit. And now that we've checked out the old school Mark 1, we can actually check out all of these really new high-tech suits. So coming all the way over here to the left, we do have the Mark 41, also given the code name as Bones right there. And you might be able to tell straight away that this one does look pretty high-tech. And again, with these suits, you are going to be able to lift and close the visor at will. But where this suit actually comes into its own is the abilities right there. So starting with the abilities that everybody should know at this point, we do have the Repulsor Blast. Can't go wrong with it. We love it. We've seen it time and time again. We also have the Uni Beam, which actually charges up. And you can see that we do get a really nice little UI meter at the bottom there. And from the front, what's really cool about this one is that you do like a little pose right there. So it does add a little bit more immersion rather than, you know, you just walking around and it bursting out your chest. With most of the high-tech suits, we also get the sentry mode right here. So it is actually going to protect you. So for instance, I'm pretty sure if I actually punch this guy, yep, he's not going to be too happy about that. There you go right there. And when the suit is in sentry mode, it is actually going to follow you around, you know, just to keep you protected. Then when you're ready, you go ahead and right click on the back. The suit will actually open up. And that's when you can go ahead and walk straight into it just like that. Yes, things like that with the Iron Man suits that just keeps me coming back to it, I swear. But with the last two abilities that we get with this suit, we do actually have two completely brand new ones that I haven't seen before. Which starting off with, we have the split attack right here, where the suit will actually dismount. And there you go right there. It's almost like an area of attack. And then it will slot right back on you. So if I go ahead and do that from the front right here, you might be able to get a better view. So the suit comes out, actually punches pretty much everybody around you. And then just like that. Like, people are starting to get really crazy with animations in these hero packs. And so say you're in a battle and you just need a little bit more help. This is where the last ability comes in. So if I go ahead and press G, we can actually summon the Iron Legion right here. Look how sick this is. This is actually insane. And they actually completely follow you as well. Like, look at this. Like, we can fly around with these guys. We can actually aim. We can do like all the attacks at once. And even the Uni Beam as well, which is just complete overkill. Like, look at this. And you can see that the Iron Legion does actually have a little bit of a cooldown, so you can't run around with these guys forever. But whilst you do have them, it is definitely worth messing around with them. Like, I always thought having the Iron Legion in a hero pack would be impossible, but yeah, they did it. They really did it. And another similarity that you'll get across most of these new Iron Man suits is that when you come in for a hot landing, There you go. You are going to do a classic Iron Man landing pose right there. The next suit I want to show you guys to the right is War Machine right here. And I'm pretty sure I have checked out War Machine in this hero pack before, but since then, as you can see, War Machine has had a little bit of an upgrade when it comes to the texture and the model, especially that shoulder mounted weapon right there on his shoulder looks absolutely mean, as well as being complete with a red arc reactor and the red eyes right there to match. So let's throw this on. And just like the other suit, we do also get sentry mode with this guy as well, which is probably a bit more recommended considering the firepower that this dude has. But we also get a couple more cool abilities with this dude as well, such as the uni beam, which again has that insane animation that we saw before, just like that. But like I just said, this guy has an insane amount of firepower. So not only do we get the arm cannons right here, which, yeah, if you're wondering, they are definitely loud enough, but it really doesn't stop there because we can actually combo that with the actual cannon on our shoulder as well, which looks a little bit like this. And yeah, these guys really do not stand a chance. Like, look at that. It's so insane. And when you run out of ammo, it will tell you right at the bottom where you press the same abilities, and that will actually slowly regen the ammo for you to use again. Like, realistically, I think even if you're in like a top tier Iron Man suit, like, you're gonna have a hard time going against War Machine. Or maybe you're just not a fan of the black and silver version of War Machine right here, but instead you'd rather go for the Iron Patriot version right here. And I can't lie, this one definitely looks a hell of a lot meaner. Like, the whole visor is a lot different than the other one. But once again, you are going to get all the crazy gizmos with this one as well. You're going to be able to hear that from a mile away when you use this suit. So moving over to the center suit right here, we do have Mark 42. And you can see that when we throw this on, there is something a little bit different with this suit compared to the others. And that is that you're technically not actually wearing it just yet, because if we take a look at the ability list, you can see that we have to summon all the different parts to us. Or if you actually hold to equip the items, you can do it like this as well. So for example, if I wanted to summon the torso right here, you do a really cool animation, and of course all the items are going to fly towards you right there and, you know, give you part of the suit that you actually wanted. But if you were in a hurry and you needed the suit like there and then, you go ahead and press summon full suit. There you go. Here we do the animation that we just saw. We get all the parts flying in just like that, all like animated, and then the mask, the best bit. Look at that. We even do the flip at the end. And yeah, in terms of an Iron Man suit, like, that's pretty much the only difference when it comes to this suit, you know, if you just wanted to show off a little bit. But you can see that when we do actually hold capital, we have an option for gunpowder and fire charges, which we go ahead and use just like we did with the Mark 1, which is where we get the option to reload the arm rocket. And you can see right down there at the bottom that we actually have 2 of these bad boys. And unlike the Mark 1, I'm pretty sure these ones are actually going to work. Let's check it out. Yeah, these ones definitely work. So that's one of them right there. And then the other one right there. There we go. And just like before, you can actually go ahead and reload these. But yeah, just make sure that you're carrying fire charges and gunpowder and all that stuff, because, you know, you really don't want to run out of that stuff mid-fight. So yeah, that's the insanely flashy Mark 42 right there. If you wanted to do like a crazy like entrance or something like that, that is definitely the one to do it. And it would be absolutely perfect if you wanted to recreate that scene where he's in like the workshop. So yeah, this hero pack definitely gives you the option to do that, which is where we now move on to the last suit I want to show you guys. And straight away, you can see that this one again is a very high-tech suit. And this right here is the Mark 37, as you can see, also known as Hammerhead. And this is like one of those Iron Legion suits that fits like a purpose absolutely perfectly. So with this guy, we do get a couple of unique tricks. The first one being able to fire chest torpedoes, which is a completely new ability I haven't seen yet. We go ahead and do that. Yeah, and that is going to be pretty powerful and pretty direct, which from the front actually looks really cool. See, if you actually pay attention just underneath the arc reactor right there, you'll see that 2 slots do open up for the missiles to fly out of. And then eventually they do actually close back up as well. There you go. I'm telling you, I've said it 100 times and I'll say it 100 more times. It's always the small things in these hero packs that just make the biggest difference. But of course, we get the classic repulsor stuff, just like any other Iron Man suit. Nice little cooldown in between the shots right there. But what this suit actually specializes in is the harpoons right there. So if we go ahead and actually press that, we can actually go ahead and latch onto villagers or pretty much anything right here to actually pull these guys out the way if they are in danger or anything like that. As you can see, it does work pretty damn well. But strangely enough, it also almost gives you the ability to like swing like Spider-Man a little bit. So maybe if you wanted a combination to, you know, fly around like Iron Man, but also get a few swings in, this is definitely the perfect suit for you. And I'm pretty sure there are other ways to actually use this harpoon. But for right now, it's pretty much just, you know, getting these villagers out the way. Or yeah, you know, doing classic hero stuff. Like, just the uniqueness of every single suit in this hero pack is so cool to mess around with. Like, there's always going to be that perfect suit for that one occasion. So definitely check this hero pack out and mess around with a bunch of them. Like, there's ones that have like giant claws. This guy, for example, had the grappling hook. I'm pretty sure the last time we checked out this pack, there was actually one that goes to space. So yeah, easily my favorite Iron Man hero pack for sure. If you enjoyed this short little video showcasing a bunch of the new animations and suits, be sure to leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. Either way, if you're a big Iron Man fan and you just love having like an infinite amount of suits near enough, this is definitely the one to check out. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.